When you choose to go on an investigation, scary things can happen. I have been an investigator for quite a few years, and through those years, I've encountered some things that I couldn't explain and things that scared me pretty bad. In this episode, I'm going to tell you about some scary things that happened to me personally, things that happened while I was either on an investigation or helping out with an investigation, things that changed my mind about the world we live in. And to this day, I'm still trying to actually figure out what really happened. My journey as a paranormal investigator has been quite unique. I found myself in a position I never thought I would have. I ended up being an administrator over a haunted location, set up to provide investigations to people. We also did a haunted house and other kind of different tours like historical and ghost tours and all those kind of fun things. Now, some of you may have heard of this location. It's kind of made a name for itself recently, and that location is St. Albans Sanatorium. I've spent probably more hours alone in that haunted building than any other person. And I want to do a whole video about St. Albans some other time, so I'll come back to this topic. But being a part of a haunted location and that being your job, you're bound to have something pretty spooky happen. And there's this one moment that stays in my mind. I haven't worked there for 5 years. And there is this one particular moment that I remember, and I still, to this day, don't know exactly what happened. Now, keep in mind, sometimes when things happen, it's not like what you see on the movies or even on the ghost hunting shows. And I'll probably make a video on that sometime later as well. Sometimes the least little thing can be so scary and you can't really explain it. It could be something just so simple. And when you go to tell your story, it almost sounds kind of stupid. It honestly, this memory still haunts me till this day. It was after an event. We clear the building and we lock up. That night, me and my sister were going to go lock up the main door. We do have a security alarm, so all I had to do was walk through one set of glass doors, past another set of glass doors, and maybe 5-7 feet to the keypad, put in the numbers, enter it, walk out both sets of glass doors. Simple, easy peasy. The light from outside shone in. It wasn't really a dark area. I've done it millions of times, no sweat. So it was quite different when I walked into this building. I'm the only one in the building because I am locking up. And I feel like I'm never going to leave. Something in my mind tells me I'm not leaving. I'm not getting out. This is it. I'm done. And I started to panic. Here I am doing something I've done 1,000 times. And now I'm terrified. And I remember pushing in the numbers. I remember turning around and thinking, if only my sister would have held open the doors, I would be able to escape. Like I felt like the doors were sealed. Like I wasn't leaving. I wasn't getting out. That was it. And this feeling of dread, it was awful. I've never felt anything like that. So I pushed my way towards the door, and I know I came bursting out of the glass doors, and my sister's standing there, and she was like, "You heard it, didn't you?" And my eyes were probably wide. I was like, I didn't hear nothing, but I sure felt it. And she went on to recreate what she had heard when I walked into the building. It was this growly, whispery, scary language that it definitely wasn't English. It wasn't anything I've ever heard. This kind of definitely freaked the both of us out. We usually, after an event, we would always hang out in the parking lot and just talk. Talk about the event or, what's going on or anything like that. Not that night. Me and my sister quickly jumped into our cars and left that night. We weren't sticking around to see what this could have been. And I've encountered a lot in all my years of paranormal investigating, But I can actually say at this point, this night, whatever that was not a very positive thing by any means. I know it seems like it's something so simple, like why would she be scared of that? This is the real deal. It was something I actually went through. This isn't a fake. This is the real deal. This is what it's really like encountering something pretty strange and scary. I can't explain it, but it had me scared that night. And to this day, I still think it's pretty scary. I'm just beginning to scratch the surface of the things I've been through. I have experienced stuff in other locations, some that terrified me, some that didn't, but are really cool. I plan to be making more of these videos to tell you all my stories. If you guys want to tell me about anything that you've been through, I'm excited to hear your stories. You can contact me. My information is below. If there's anything you want to know, what it's like, what it's really like, ask me and maybe I could do a video about it. But for now, I'm going to finish this up. And if you can, please like, subscribe, share. You know the drill. Thank you again for listening. And until next time, I'm Jessica Ida. I'm a paranormal investigator, and this is my confessions.